Good evening, America. I'm Steve Martin. A few months ago, the world was shocked by Michael Jordan's retirement.
It's time for me to move away from the game of basketball.
3 weeks later, I received a mysterious package from a fan of the Billings Bandits.
Dear Steve, this guy Motorboat Jones looks a lot like Michael Jordan.
When I spoke of this on a national talk show,
At first I think it's just another kook, but then I realized it actually could be Michael Jordan.
the floodgates opened. Incredible stories of exceptional basketball players, players who all uncannily resembled Michael Jordan. Then, this audio tape turned up.
I don't think that was him. He didn't come back yet, but he's thinking about it.
I don't think he faked his retirement.
You know, with that guy, you never know what he's gonna do next.
You can't blame the man. The man just want to play the game.
Did Michael Jordan fake his retirement? In the second half, I will show you the popcorn tape. The tape someone doesn't want you to see. Is Kilroy Jordan?
I don't want to answer any questions about Kilroy.
What are you afraid of, Coach Jackson? This? December 20th, a routine game, Bulls versus Hornets. The only recorded evidence of this game is a fan's home video, the popcorn tape. On this night, an unknown player, Johnny Kilroy, scores 79 points in only 1 quarter of play. Johnny Kilroy, or a cleverly disguised Michael Jordan? Alonzo, take us back to that strange night.
Well, Steve, I was standing about right here. Then Kilroy cuts through the lane and dunks right over me.
The only person who could have made that move was Michael Jordan.
That was Jordan, all right. Kilroy is Jordan.
Conclusion? Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, is letting nothing stand in the way of what he loves to do. And that's just play basketball.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. A lot of retro there, huh? Today, we are going to talk about the legend of Johnny Kilroy, or the conspiracy of Johnny Kilroy. Not Rodney Kilroy. I was going to say Rodney King, but so that was a very interesting little video. That was a Super Bowl ad that was ran back in 1994. It was a Nike commercial that featured this cute little side story about, Michael Jordan. When he retired, it was one of the biggest announcements in sports history. I mean, it rocked everybody because, Michael Jordan was arguably at the time was one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. He still is. He's the GOAT. And he retired what seemed to be very, very prematurely. And there was a lot of stuff surrounding, the reasons in which why he retired. There's still a lot of speculation about it now. So it's just kind of a weird situation all around. If you were old enough, I'm 37, 38. So I was around during that time, watching basketball and whatnot, and it was a huge, huge deal. So, I guess Nike, instead of not talking about it or marketing departments back then were a little bit different. They decided to lean into it and kind of came up with this story or this idea of Jordan potentially making his way back through the ranks of basketball and ultimately ending up back in a Bulls uniform under the name Johnny Kilroy. And so it was just this as a Super Bowl ad. It was an ad that played and got some laughs, and it was kind of a cool thing. But since then, what has happened is they actually created a card for it, which is really interesting. So Upper Deck, as you guys know, had exclusive rights at that time to any and all things Michael Jordan, and so they made a Johnny Kilroy card, which I thought was interesting. I'll pop it up right here, and it was in the 93, 94. So it was the same year as 94 Upper Deck SE. So special edition. 1993-94 Upper Deck Special Edition. So if you're looking for one, this is the box that you want right here. That's what you want to look for. Okay. I actually broke one on the channel, but I didn't hit a Kilroy. I did hit the retirement card, which is one of the cards I had been wanting to get, but I didn't get a Kilroy. It's pretty interesting because I think these, once again, you guys know I love cards with a story. And it's funny that this card really started off as a joke, as a Nike ad. Yet Upper Deck decided to, continue with the story and actually make a card for Johnny Kilroy. So it's like Johnny Kilroy's only card to ever be made. And once again, it all started with a joke, right? It was just a story. And so, if you don't know anything about the story, if you don't know the backstory and you don't understand where Johnny Kilroy came from, it's very possible that you could be breaking a box of this stuff, come across Johnny Kilroy and go, I don't know what the heck that is, I don't even know who the player is. You'd pass it up just like anybody else. But little do you know that you're actually passing up what is essentially a Michael Jordan card, which is very interesting. So, you can go online and I mean, they're trading on eBay. Tell you what, let's check out Card Hedge. They're trading on eBay, for relatively cheap. However, this is what got really interesting for me. Let's look at sold listings. Okay, so let's take a quick look at sold listings on Johnny Kilroy. Now, here's the interesting thing, and you'll notice there's a couple of cards that have sold for a couple, 15, 16 bucks. They still do pretty decent price-wise. However, if I scroll down and I look at, if I just narrow it down to cards that were graded, PSA 9 went for 200 bucks. This one went for 72 bucks. PSA 8 went for 99 bucks. PSA 10 took a best offer at 3,800 bucks. Here's another PSA 9 that went for 420. A PSA 9 that went for 600. Here's another PSA 10. Pop 13 is what this says. So this was earlier this year. $3,800. Very interesting. Now, before you guys go running off to eBay and start buying up these boxes trying to hit the next Johnny Kilroy, here, look at this one, $4,250. This happened March of this year. Keep in mind that Upper Deck Special Edition is printed like a photo. It's like photo paper. So there's two big things that happen here. Bricking is something that is very prevalent with these sets. And also the edges chip really bad. So it is very hard to find a gem mint candidate for this card. For this set, period. It's really hard. So I pulled my Jordan retirement announcement card out of this set, and it's a relatively clean card. Sent it off. I think I got like an 8 or an 8.5, 8.5 from SGC. So they're pretty tough to get a hold of. And even then, I mean, 120 bucks for 8.5 is what you can get. So, I mean, it's not uncommon for you to find one that, you can find them for cheap. They're pretty cheap, just raw. But, if you really want to get into buying one that is in good condition and has a high grade, good luck, because they are getting more and more expensive. I think it's one of those cards that people have realized is a very odd card with an odd story. And it's a pretty interesting story because really it was really meant to be nothing. It wasn't supposed to be a story. It wasn't supposed to be anything. It was just a commercial. It was a joke. It was a side story that Nike made up to continue to put out some Michael Jordan content between his retirement and ultimately when he decided to come back to the game. And so for some reason, Upper Deck, because they own the license probably, just decided to, hey, let's print up a Johnny Kilroy card for the hell of it. So anyway, yeah, so it's, once again, it's one of these cards that has a great story that most likely wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, this card, it was a joke. But Upper Deck, decided to take it a step further. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you own a Johnny Kilroy? If you do, I picked one up today, actually, in a PSA 8. Just because I don't have one in my collection. I used to have one, but this time around when I bought that box, I didn't get one. But do you have one in your collection? If so, is it in good shape? Because if it is, you might want to send it off and get graded. So, but thank you guys as always for watching. I really like doing these videos with these oddball cards. If you know of any other oddball cards, basketball, football, baseball, that you want me to talk about, let me know down in the comments. I'd be happy to do a little research. I love digging for this kind of stuff, so it's pretty dope. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. As always, I love y'all. Peace.